Hello, welcome replay viewers. Thanks for joining us. Today we are going to talk about different ideas for autism awareness / acceptance ideas with Bubbles for Autism and then a couple other ideas too. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday night. Can you believe it's Sunday? Oh boy, the weekends go by so fast, don't they? Welcome. I appreciate you guys joining me. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the hearts. I'll give this a second here and then I'm going to turn it around. Let's see. You just ended spring break. Oh, that makes it even more difficult, doesn't it? Last week was my first week from spring break, and it was really hard. It's hard. That first week back is really tough. Okay, I'm going to flip this around here. Put you on the stand and flip you. Okay. Didn't want to flip there for a second. Okay. All right. I swear I try this out every week before I get on with you guys and it flips, right? And yeah, it is what it is. Okay. So welcome. Happy Sunday night. And I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about some different ideas that you could possibly organize. Oh, thanks. I tried to curl it a little bit. Thanks. I tried to do a little something different today. I wanted to do some ideas on different ideas for autism. Now, I have done an event called Bubbles for Autism for many years now. This past Thursday, in fact, I just did it at my school again. And so each year in April, we do it. I have been at the school I'm in now. I am a speech language pathologist, and I serve preschool through 6th grade, and I've been in the building that I'm in now. This is my 4th year in that building. We kind of trying to cycle around different things like that. And this year I'm fortunate enough to be in that building all 5 days, which is wonderful too. But this is my third or 4th year doing it at this school in particular too. But I have done a Bubbles for Autism event. I was trying to count before I got on here with you guys. And I think we're going on about 10 different times here. So what is it, you're probably wondering? Yeah. So, and I'll let you know, let me give you a quick history on where it began too. So there was a little guy named Kyle who's not so little anymore. And he has a twin sister. Kyle has autism. His sister does not. And I worked with Kyle when I lived in New Jersey. I live in Ohio now. And Kyle loved Bubbles. We used to do a lot with Bubbles and different things in therapy. And in fact, his first sentence he used was about Bubbles. I had an adapted book I'd made with Boardmaker to kind of do different things. And his first sentence was about Bubbles. And Kyle's mom is, she's fabulous. She's one of those moms you just want to clone. And she is just very intuitive with different things that she can do for him too. And thought to bring in Bubbles for him to blow with his preschool class for that shared experience. It was something that Kyle loved doing, and it's a pretty common thing that kids just, who doesn't love Bubbles? I mean, even adults become kids when they use Bubbles, don't they? So she brought those in for him to blow with his students and with his classmates, and for all of them, and his sister was in the same class. And that's kind of where Bubbles for Autism originated, and that was years ago, and it's kind of grown, gosh, exponentially, really exponentially. For a few years, we also did where she was trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the most people blowing bubbles at the same time. So we would pick a date, say April 7th, and I'm just picking a date in April arbitrarily because I don't remember the exact dates that they were, and from 3 to 3:01 for that 1 minute, how many people across the world could be blowing bubbles at the same time? So obviously you would adjust for that with time zones and whatnot. And at one point in time, they did have a greater number than the that then was a record in the Guinness Book of World Records. There's a whole lot of paperwork that goes along with that too. So I want to say there were 60-some thousand people doing it. It was really cool. But now it's kind of everyone just pick your day in April, pick where your venue is. And I will tell you what I absolutely love about it, and love about it each and every time, is just the pure joy that you witness with kids. We have 800 kids in the school that I'm in right now, and so then you add in staff and all that, and any kind of parents that come, and you get pretty close to 1,000, maybe at least 900. You picture that many people blowing bubbles at the same exact time, and you have just these clouds of bubbles, and just this just unbridled joy. Quite honestly, one school that I did it in, we had a classroom with kids with a lot of they were multiply handicapped, and so some couldn't blow bubbles, and so we'd have switch, and we'd have bubble blowers that were switch activated and different things. But for that one moment in time, it evens the playing field a little bit, and so we do it as a blowing bubbles for autism, bubbles for joy, in a way to kind of get some education out there. I'll show you guys some of the things I share with my teachers, some education out there for autism. But what I do too is I do not want it to be that we are picking out kids that okay, this child has autism, they are my poster child. Absolutely not. No. But what it is I take it with an approach of we all have things that we are great at, things that we work at, things that we all have different things that make us unique and that make us who we are. And so let's embrace that. And so when you see someone else who might need a little help, give them a little help, because then they may be strong at something that you might need a little help in, and they're going to help you too. So thanks for the hearts, guys. So really, it's a way to kind of come together and give some education in a way that is a way that's very positive and I do not focus on what we cannot do. I may say things that we might need help in and different things, but not what we cannot do, but what we can do. It's all kept very positive, thank you, and kept very much how can we all come together? Because the truth of the matter is we all have lots of kids with autism, we have kids with visual impairments, we have kids with all different types of things. Oh, good, I'm so glad. And what we need to do is come together, because this is the thing, guys, at least this is my belief. Kids, they see the elephant in the room, in the sense that if there's something a little bit different and you think that kids don't realize it, to be honest, you and I both know that they do. So if they realize it, we can either let them realize it and take it to I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and I'm not sure. And sometimes differences, and when people aren't sure about something, sometimes it can be cause some fear or hesitation. Or we can embrace it and say, okay, let's see, what can we do? How can we all come together with all these different things? And I have found in my experience, and this is not just with my school, I've done it at my kids' school, I've done it at different schools different schools I've been in along the way, and it's become very much a positive experience. Very much so. I had one 6th grade student several years ago who was told he had autism. He was told he had autism several years ago. He had known. No one really truly did at least from what he took away from the conversation. I wasn't in the conversation when he had it, so I guess it's not fair to me to say that they didn't do it justice. But from what he took away from the conversation was not what, was not empowering. In fact, he was really pretty down on himself, and so I had a candid conversation with him on different things and strengths and things. And he said, well, gosh, that makes a lot of sense for me. When I tell you guys, he took it and embraced it, and he asked me, can I count down when we do it? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he took it and embraced it to the nth degree. And I'm not saying that every student's going to do that. They may not, just like all of us do. But, give that child the opportunity to have some of those candid discussions if it's okay with their parent and it's okay with them. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a little bit about what I did, as far as just to give you an idea on, let's see, what we did as far as planning it, because I know that sounds like it would be a daunting task to plan. And it is planning. It does require something. What I will guarantee is your rewards are tenfold take in that moment, and just the difference it will make with your kids, with the students, with your teachers, and how much they understand, how much the kids understand. At my daughter and son's school, it flipped upside down its head, and it is like the cool thing. Like if they find out you have autism, you are instantly like way cool in their school. So, which I love it. I love it. So let me flip you guys around and show you a couple different things here. Okay. All right. So here is, let me get this chance for the screen to adjust. Can you guys see that all right? So here's just, and I would be happy to send you guys like my wording and things like that. Let me kind of zoom in here to give you an idea here. Okay. You can see we did this on the 7th today, or this past week. So what you can see is on the bottom, I really do try to focus on the positive. So the little verbiage here I had on the bottom, these are just signs that we hung up around the school, was bubbles are symbols of joy, hope, and laughter. They bring people together. When we blow bubbles for autism, together we create a new awareness of families facing autism. We will blow bubbles across the sky as messages of hope and opportunity for joy and laughter as we embrace one another's special gifts and work together to face our challenges. We are excited to announce that we'll be blowing bubbles in celebration of the many unique talents and gifts that we all bring to our Fairwood Falcons nest as we come together to form our school family. So as you can see, yes, it is autism. However, we are embracing all of our gifts there, okay? I'm going to see if I can set this, angle this here. I want to try to set this tripod down here so I can get an extra hand to toggle through here. Okay, can you guys see all right? Let me know in the comments if you can't see, or if you'd rather I flip around, because I know sometimes it's not very helpful when you're looking at a computer screen here. So here are some of the things that I shared with my teachers. Here is one that's titled 10 Things Every Child with Autism Wishes That You Knew. Awesome, thank you for the feedback. And that is by, there's Ellen Nottbaum, and I hope that I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she has several different books, and she had given me, when I was presenting at a conference years ago, permission to be able to share these excerpts from her books. But on her website, and I'll show you guys, she has these too on her website, so you could even direct your teachers towards that website. And so here's 10 things every child with autism wishes you know. There's also 10 things, like here I am a child. I like that that's one, that's first and foremost, that kind of that people first language. My senses are out of sync, and it goes into describe. And what it does is it gives you some nice analogies that I think can help people try to take that in. Distinguish between I won't, I choose not to, and I can't, I'm not able to. I'm a concrete thinker. I interpret language literally. Lots of different ideas for that. She also has, put here, 10 things your student with autism wishes you knew. So is this geared more, it's not zooming in for me here. Okay, well, this one is geared, oh no, I hope my computer's not blocking up. I'm trying to move too quickly through it. So this one gives you more things that are geared specifically towards being a teacher or that child in your classroom. Oh, don't lock up on me now. Don't you love technology, guys? Okay, well, I might take a break from this. Okay, let me flip around here. Ay. Oh my. I'm going to give the technology a minute. Oh, yeah, now it's catching up because it's flipping between all my screens. I am so impatient. Do you guys get, like, instead of road rage, I get like technology rage, and I just start clicking away. It's terrible. So those are some of the things I send. Super Duper, if you look in their handouts, they also have handouts. I'm going to keep you guys focused on me. Sorry. It's not quite as nice of a view as the computer. You guys get it too. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And it always comes at the most inopportune times, doesn't it? Okay, so there's also Super Duper. If you go on their website, under their handy handouts website, there's one on accommodating children with autism within an inclusive setting, which is a nice, helpful handout. So that's another one. I also will make a coloring page, which is with the ribbons and different things with the puzzles. Hi, Marisha, come on in. We're talking about bubbles for autism and different things you can do around your school for. Instead of autism awareness, I like to kind of take the angle of autism acceptance. So do different things like that. So when doing it, you probably are thinking, okay, that's great. Desiree, let's blow all these bubbles. How are you getting the bubbles? So what I have found through the years, and I have had luck many, many times. This year was a little different, but I have had luck with every year except for this year, getting all of my bubbles donated. And I did purchase some of my bubbles this year. I will tell you that. I will be honest with you guys with that. But Walmart typically will donate my bubbles. I buy the little wedding vial size bubbles. And I think, quite honestly, I just maybe didn't click with the right person when I was handing things out. And not click, but somehow things got lost along the way with them. But anyway. So I did purchase my bubbles this year, but what I did is I purchased the little bubble vials. Typically I will have Walmart donate them, and I will get 700, 800 at a time too. And I did one year save all those bubble vials after the kids used them. And then we had a recycling team that then washed them all out. I did have to wash them again because they weren't as thorough as maybe they could have been. And then we refilled them. I refilled them with bubble solution by making my own homemade bubbles, which are ridiculously easy to make, by the way. I also give the teachers the big bubble wands. You can get these. These come from Walmart too. There's a pack of 6 bubble wands for $3.88, I believe it is. So they aren't too expensive. And it's kind of fun to have some big ones because it just gives you something different. And the kids are like, whoo, you know. This year I decorated them with some puzzle piece ribbon, which again was from Walmart too, and just some little ribbons. And then I did, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago when I was showing you some of the things I bought off of that Nair website, I had bought shipping labels that were weatherproof. So I printed up just a little thing on our bubbles thing and stuck that on. Not necessary, but just for fun. And it was something I did over spring break, just a little crafty thing I did. So that is how I got my bubbles. You also can, as far as ask the PTO to purchase them. I will tell you, with purchasing them this year, with purchasing 800 little bubble vials that came in little packs of 24, they were $2.86 per pack of 24 from Walmart online with free shipping. For me to buy 800 of those, it was $108. So if you can get your PTO, or if your principal has a principal's fund or different things like that, that would be great too if you're not able to get them donated. What I would do as far as with going to Walmart, they do, go to the customer service, bring a brochure or, just like a poster that you like the poster I showed you guys that I printed up to hang up around the school. Bring a copy of that. Let them know what you would like. At the very least, this year they give us a $25 gift card. Like I said, our information somehow got lost in the system. So this is the first year I haven't had them all donated, but just an idea for you guys. Another idea. Well, first, before I move on, do you guys have any questions on that? How did you get bubbles? What did you do? That kind of thing. Any questions on that? And let me know as I go on. If something comes up and you have any questions, let me know. What I will tell you, it is spectacular to see that many bubbles blowing. Call your news stations also. Call your news stations. We've had the news station come. I live in Cincinnati area, and one of our radio stations in the morning, one of the morning DJs, her son has autism, so I invited her to come one time, and she came along and did our countdown. The news came, took footage of it, the newspapers. It's a great way to get a positive thing out there. It's a really nice positive event. So that's another idea too. So get it out there. And then, so also another idea we did was, and I've done this at the school I've been at, and I've done it at the school that my kids have been at, is we did, and I apologize, I would pull up the presentation I did. I can pull it up for you guys another time if you want to see it too. Just email me. I'll give you guys my contact information, whatever, and I'll pull it up. I somehow on Friday left my flash drive at school, and I think it was a Friday afternoon, and I was working an event for the school that night too, so it was just a little off my game there. So I apologize, guys. But I've done a presentation on what autism is and what it looks like to me, and I take it from the angle of, and I've talked to all the parents that I've included things about their children in that presentation through the years, but what I learned from that child. So it was very positive, very like, wow, this is how much, because I truly am a better person for everybody that I have worked with and gotten to know. So I, have used that to help educate kids. And what we've done too is thanks for the hearts, and there are blank puzzles that you can buy as well, from different discount school supply, different places, things like that, for relatively cheap too. And so I've purchased blank puzzles and had each student in the entire school, done, fill out their little puzzle piece with a positive attribute about themselves. You can give them lists of things. Again, I can, send you guys different ideas and lists and things of that nature. But different lists of positive attributes about themselves. And I give them different ideas just so you don't wind up with 110 people saying that they're nice or that they're kind. I mean, yes, are they nice? Are they kind? Yes. I don't want to dismiss that. But let's try first. Maybe they're also imaginative. They're also creative. They're also, just some different intuitive, some different other positive attributes they may have too. And what we do is we take all those puzzle pieces and put them all together to make a big school-wide puzzle. And the puzzles themselves will usually have 24, 36 pieces, so we just line up the puzzles one next to each other. And it makes this glorious puzzle and say, hey, come on into our school, you'll fit in. You fit in here. Like how we all come together. We all bring something different to the table, and we all kind of come together. So it kind of, again, ties into that. And it's a really cool display to have. At my son's school, when I did the big frame, because I came in and I did a presentation for the whole school, different grade levels at a time. They have a Heritage Day, so they do different things on different unique things about different people. And I was able to kind of, we repurpose everything and anything we can, especially if you have children. You're like, oh, how could I use that if they're done with it? Well, my kids had a toy from when they were a baby, and it had the flexible mirror in it. Give me hearts if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, it was like a little bug or something they could sit on the floor and look at themselves with, but it wasn't an actual mirror. It was like a plexiglass. I'm making that word. I don't know. But anyway, it was a flexible mirror. I cut it out in the shape of one of the puzzle pieces and put it in there. So it said, you'll fit right in. So it had the mirror on there for somebody. But different ideas like that you can do. And it reminds people of things all the time because, April is when we typically kind of celebrate that autism awareness. But the thing is, we want to be aware of everyone and the unique attributes that they bring to the table. Autism, not, neurotypical, we all have something that we either work on, and we all have something that we bring to the table that can help someone else. So let's, so we try to really emphasize that. So that is what I do for different things for autism. So what do you guys do? Because I feel like people hear that word autism, and I don't know about you, but sometimes it's either used as almost a buzzword where, do you think they have autism? Do you think, and it just because, let's just jump on that word. Or people think of either one extreme or the other, and sometimes I don't think people have quite as much of an understanding of the uniqueness that, and I'm sure that you guys have all heard the saying, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. And so just to embrace the uniqueness that we all have, regardless of whether we have autism or not, but that we all may just need an extra helping hand at a different time. So, or that, help reading those social cues. So what do you guys do? Do you guys do anything at your school or wherever you are, whether you're at a clinic or school or whichever setting you're in? Is there anything that you do? So while I'm waiting for some of the comments on there, I'm going to pull up here. well, actually, this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to, while I'm pulling it up, this is what I'll do. Rather than you staring at me pulling something up on a computer, I'm going to pull up, I have like double duty here on my computers right now. So I'm going to pull up my contact information and show you that, so that way you guys have a way to get in touch with me if you have any questions, or you're like, how do I word this? What'd you put on your, you know, flyer? I'll just send you guys the verbiage. There's no, you don't have to use that. I mean, modify it however you'd like, but sometimes reinventing the wheel is, you know, it's much easier if you don't have to. And I'm giving you permission to do that. So those are my, they're all my own words, so you're not. There we go. Okay, so feel free to snapshot that if you'd like while I pull this up. What I'm going to do is, oh goodness, I'm going to pull up the Faces for Autism website. Well, there we go. And what I'm going to do, that is the website that is the support network that the mom who started this, all of this, has. Oh boy. Now, I am not seeing any comments from you guys. I'm going to take it as you're not bringing any comments, but the only thing that makes me a little leery is that this website is taking quite a long time, you guys can see, to come up, and my internet connection is not fabulous at my house. So I hope I will watch the replay to make sure that I am not missing comments. If I am, I promise I'm not being rude. I just don't see them on my end right now. Okay, so this is Faces for Autism, and the website is just faces for, with the number 4, autism.org, okay? And this is where the idea all stemmed from. The reason why I show you this idea is because I want to show you guys this too. One, I'm a little partial because I absolutely love Kyle and Isabel and his mom. And okay, so this is a book, and this, if you go on YouTube and search Faces for Autism, I believe their video is still on there because Kyle and Isabel did a book reading for me of this book, and this is really cool, guys. This is so cool to share with your kids. First of all, one, it's $5, guys, $5. So, but this book is called An Adventure to Autism Planet, and this book is written by Isabel, who is neurotypical, about her twin brother Kyle and her experience with Kyle with autism. And what's really cool is Kyle then illustrates this book. I mean, guys, does it get any cooler than that? They were in 6th grade when they wrote this book. They are in high school now, but they were in 6th grade when they wrote this book. And one thing that is so cool, because I've read this with my students, I've read this when I did the whole school presentation, is it also helps students relate to the fact that, whoa, they had a book published, because it comes, this is the front cover and this is the back. It looks like the book is just wide open on here. But it, you can show, they're like, whoa, they had a book published? That's really cool. And it has tips in the end about how, you know, different things with autism. And also, if you order it from them directly, they'll autograph it. So they'll autograph, you know, Kyle and Isabel will autograph it, which also gives him help with, you know, practice writing his name and all of those things too. It is so awesome. I cannot recommend this enough. I have purchased it, obviously, oh, geez, spam. Purchased it for myself. Hold on one second, buddy, okay? Yes, hold on. Sorry, my little one's getting a little anxious here. Dad's out picking up his sister from something. So, so very cool. I purchased one, well, for me, and then I also purchased one for my school library too. So I thought it was neat to have for them. So that I just thought that you guys might want to see. And it's going towards a great cause. They have so many great things that they do. They're based in South Jersey, but they have a lot of great things that they do and things they offer for the community and sibling support and things like that. Micah, honey, can you please close that door? Now he has my little Cujo dog going. She's a Yorkie. She's like, she's small but mighty. So that is there as well. So I want you guys to check that out too. Oh my. Okay. Oh, thank you guys for bearing with me. Okay, so with that, I don't want to keep you guys any longer on your Sunday night. I've probably kept you longer than I should have in the first place. So thank you for bearing with me, and for joining me. I hope that you have been able to, find something you can take away. Don't feel like you have to do everything every year. You could maybe decide you're going to blow bubbles, with just one of your classrooms, with your preschool classroom, or with your kids. Different things like that. Don't feel like you have to go big or go home kind of thing. There is such a thing as kind of doing what meets your needs as well. So, feel free to do that. And also, if you do it with your whole school, awesome. Let me know about it, because I'd love, tips and tricks that you may learn along the way. And have your students help you with it. It empowers them. Help give them out to the classroom teachers and things like that. So, I thank you again for joining me. Next week, we will talk about wiffle balls. So all the different things you can do with wiffle balls in speech therapy. So keep your eye out if you see any wiffle balls, or if you have any at home, kind of toss some of those aside. You may want to hold on to those. So thanks again, and I will see you guys next Sunday night at 9. Thanks for joining.